Lady Shoshanna, are you here? Why, yes, Tammy dear. Have you finished helping pack up the weaving tent? Oh, yes, ma'am. Is there anything else I can do to help get ready to move out? I can't wait to be away from this village. Oh, well, the men will be here in a few minutes to strike my tent. It's the only thing left except the kitchen, and they won't finish packing that up until everyone has eaten. So you may sit down and tell me what's bothering you. Oh, is it that obvious? I'm sorry, Lady Shoshanna. I didn't mean for it to show. Didn't mean for what to show? Oh, I'm so angry I can hardly stand it. Oh? Where do those villagers get off treating us like that? Oh, sometimes it's hard, but, well, all's well that ends well. Well, but it hasn't ended yet, Lady Shoshanna, and what if the same thing happens everywhere we go? I understand why my papa didn't punch those villagers in the nose when they refused to pay us for the horse training and the woodwork our men did. God doesn't want us to act like that. But they said that everyone knows that Christians are weaklings and cowards and won't do anything about it, and so, since we can't take back the horses or the work done in the houses, we can just cut our losses and hit the road. But it's not true that we're weak and cowardly. You're right, Tabby. It takes a lot of courage not to react with violence when someone treats you like that. But we must worry only about what pleases God and not what men think of us. I know a story that might help. Oh, yes, please. Well, a long time ago there was a large colony of beaver in the nearby river. As you know, all beaver have the same names, which start with B, like Benny or Billy or Betty or Belinda, except for one little beaver whose name was Woodrow. Oh, Woodrow? His papa thought it had a majestic sound and insisted that every beaver call him by his whole name. Some of the other residents of the colony, especially young ones, teased poor Woodrow incessantly. Oh, that's too bad. I mean, Woodrow's a funny name, but they shouldn't tease him if it's not his fault. Yes, that's true. But it wasn't just his name. Woodrow was, different. He happily did his share of the work and was kind and friendly, but he just seemed to see the world differently than the others. You could tell the places where Woodrow built from the others, as his architecture was unusual. And when he talked, he always seemed to say something, well, something besides what the others expected him to say. As time went on, poor Woodrow became more and more shy around the others. Most of the members of the colony avoided him like he had the plague or something. Oh, how sad. Well, one day, while the adult beaver were out cutting logs and sticks for an addition to the lodge, some of the little beavers were wrestling around and collapsed part of an unfinished entryway. A couple of them were trapped underwater. The other adolescents were running around screaming in panic, but Woodrow sprang into action. Bob, he called, you start digging from underneath. Bo, you go out to the other tunnel and dig from underneath. I'll dig from here. They all did what he said, and the little ones were saved. After that, the other colony members were more accepting of Woodrow. They never became exactly friendly and often turned to him in times of special needs. Life was much better for him, though, and one day a lady beaver even became his wife. Oh, how sweet. In Matthew 5:9, God says, "Blessed are they who are persecuted for my name's sake, for theirs is the kingdom of God." You see, Tabby, if we obey what our Father in heaven says in his word, like in Romans chapter 12, to never repay evil for evil, and no matter what, we must do right, and to live in peace with all men if possible. That way they don't have any reason to accuse us of anything. We must never take revenge, but to leave room for God to repay. If we're kind to our enemies, feed them if they're hungry and give them drink when they thirst, it leaves coals of fire on their heads. It heaps coals of fire on their heads. That sounds wonderful, but what does it really mean? Well, it'll make them look bad even in their own eyes, and they'll feel guilty. Oh, Well, but what if they don't feel guilty, I mean? Well, that's up to God, not to us. Oh, I didn't get a chance to tell you that when the villagers, the ladies, and the Christian men heard what those other men had done, they went to the sheriff and told him what wonderful work our men had done, and on the horses and on the houses, and how our school teacher had helped some of their children understand fractions, and that our older boys had taught theirs to swim. He was ready to make those men pay double. When the dust settled, the sheriff collected what we were owed and delivered it early this morning. Wow! God took care of it. We really can always count on him. Oh, we can. But now remember, Tabby, sometimes disputes don't come out as well as this one did. But God is always still in charge, and he will bless us in many other ways. If we're true to God, he will always be true to us. Yes, I see. Oh, I also see that the men are here to start your tent. I better go help pack the kitchen. Thanks, Lady Shoshanna. Oh, wait, I'll go with you. That way I won't be in the way here.